Okay, starting with kite, because it's the shorter of the two. As you know, this is a kite. What makes it a kite? It has no parallel sides. And then on a kite, the consecutive sides are actually the ones that are congruent. So this side is the same length as this one, and then this side is the same length as this one. And then for diagonals of a kite, I'm going to draw a diagonal here and here. The diagonals are perpendicular. So diagonals are perpendicular. Then what else do we need to know? The other thing we need to know is that there's one pair of opposite angles that are congruent. This angle right here is the same measure as this one. So this angle is the same measure as this one. So one pair of opposite angles are congruent. So then just something to make a note of is because it's a 90-degree angle, these are all right triangles. So sometimes you'll be asked to use the right triangles to solve for side lengths. Just FYI. Okay, that's all we have to know for kites. So now we're going to move over to trapezoid. Trapezoid over here, by definition, it has one pair of parallel sides. So write that down. One pair of parallel sides. So right here, this is parallel to this, and obviously these two sides aren't parallel. And then in this example over here, this is how you normally see a trapezoid. This is also a trapezoid. Again, if it has one set of parallel sides, then it is a trapezoid. And this one that I have drawn here, I was trying to show like a 90-degree angle here. Okay, what else do we need to know about this thing? Another thing is that these slanted sides right here are called the legs. So this is a leg, and this is a leg. And this is a leg, and this is a leg. Then the other parts are called bases. So this is a base, and this is a base, base, and base. Okay, one more thing here. Another thing that is important to note is because you have parallel lines right here, so this is a line parallel to this one, then you have a transversal right here. So all those rules with like alternate interior angles and all of that apply. More specifically, this angle and this angle are supplementary. So star plus star equals 180. Or consecutive interior, that's supposed to say interior. Interior angles are supplementary. So I don't know if there's a better way to say that, but these two angles are supplementary. Obviously, these two angles are not supplementary. It's just right here, or these two right here would be supplementary. Okay. Then trapezoid had a baby, and this is called isosceles trapezoid. Isosceles trapezoid. And an isosceles trapezoid. I'm going to draw two trapezoids here. Got one right there, and then we'll draw a smaller one right here. Okay, so isosceles triangle is when you have two sides that are the same length in a triangle. Isosceles trapezoid, same idea. The legs are equal in length. So the legs are congruent in an isosceles trapezoid. And then because of that, then you have angles that are equal. So these legs are congruent, so therefore this angle is equal to this angle, and these are called base angles. So, like, yeah, never mind. Okay, so these are equal, and then this is equal to this. And if this was labeled A, B, C, and D, then we could say that, okay, base angles are congruent. So angle A equals angle D, and angle B equals angle C. Okay, and then this is an isosceles trapezoid as well. And the second thing that we need to know about isosceles triangles is the diagonals are congruent. So this diagonal is the same length as this one. Diagonals are congruent. Okay. One more thing that we're going to put in this spot right here, it's not really a baby of anything, but it's a concept that we're going to use today, and it's mid-segment of a trapezoid. So just going to put it in the trapezoid section. Mid-segment of a trapezoid. And this applies to all trapezoids, not just isosceles trapezoids. Okay, so I'm going to draw a trapezoid right here. And a mid-segment hits right at the midpoint here and the midpoint here, and then it's just a line that goes all the way across. So this midpoint meaning that this segment is the same length as this, and this segment is the same length as this. The mid-segment is the average between this length and this length. So let's say that this is length A and this is length B. This length in the middle would be the average of those two. How that might look in an equation would be A plus B divided by 2 equals the length of C. So if I was to plug in numbers just to make it make a little bit more sense, if this was 2 and this was 4, this would be the middle or the average, which would be 3. And you could use the equation if you wanted to. 2 plus 4 divided by 2 will be 6 over 2, which equals 3. Okay, that's it for this. Now we're going to move over to the workbook. So we're going to move over to 7.5.